Good evening, and welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Brent Travalis.
And I'm Melody Mercado, filling in for Danielle Hamsky. Now let's take a look at the news.
A list of those reported missing following a landslide in rural Washington state includes 108 names, emergency officials said Monday. But that doesn't mean all of them were killed in last Saturday's disaster north of Seattle, Snohomish County Management Director John Pennington said. The official death toll remains at 8, with 7 others hurt, he said. Until Monday, the number of people unaccounted for was reported to be 18. The landslide covered about a square mile and was caused by a groundwater saturation tied to heavy rain in the area over the past month. It affected the towns of Oso, a remote community of about 180, and Darrington, a town of about 1,350. Gwar lead singer Dave Brockie died last Sunday. Brockie was 50. His body was found Sunday by his bandmate at his home in Richmond, Virginia. Gwar manager Jack Flanagan said in a statement on the group's website. His heavy metal band formed in 1984, billing itself as Earth's only extraterrestrial rock band. Brockie performed as Gwar's frontman under the persona of Odorous Arungus. The band was based on a mythology of an elite group of chaos warriors who ravaged the galaxy until they were banished to the most insignificant planet in the universe, the seething mud ball known as Earth. More information regarding his death shall be released as the details are confirmed.
A Chicago Transit Authority Blue Line commuter train derailed early last Monday morning, injuring 32 people on board. The 8-car train appeared to have been going too fast as it approached its platform stop at Chicago O'Hare Airport. The train skidded across the bumping post, a metal shock absorber at the end of the tracks, and collided into an escalator at the underground station. The Chicago Transit Authority investigators are reviewing the security footage and checking the parts and signals of the train to pinpoint what exactly caused the derailment. Pekin Hospital CEO Gary Jepson is leaving his 3-year position to work as CEO of Mercy Clinic in Oklahoma City. Highlights of Jepson's time at Pekin Hospital include the expansion of the gastroenterology program, the addition of a new surgical unit, and remodeled floors that allowed private rooms for every patient. Jepson was hired as Pekin Hospital CEO in June 2012, and his last day will be April 11th.
There is so much going on around Peoria, we have to make a couple stops.
First, let's check in with Ian Sprintsnagel and see what is going on with construction here in Peoria.
Over the last couple of weeks, what used to be a smooth drive to Peoria, Illinois' own Bradley University has become a slow crawl. Within the last couple of weeks, major construction has been in progress on the intersection of Main Street and University, causing hassle for students and faculty who drive to or from Bradley University.
I think the biggest thing for me is it affects me going to work. I work over in the Big Hall Shopping Center at Barnes & Noble, and I have to go through this intersection every day to come from work. I live over in the kind of apartments over on Callender and stuff. And just every day going through that hassle of going around kind of really affects travel time. Takes it from 10 minutes to 20 usually. So
even the residents who live on the intersection are suffering from major inconveniences due to the traffic caused by the construction.
I live up by Columbia Terrace, so there's a lot of really bad traffic right there, and just getting out of my house, it takes 10 minutes every day. There's a ton of traffic going in through my neighborhood. Traffic's backed up to 2 stop signs. It's ridiculous.
The reason for the construction was to add more height to the sidewalks and add more features to the stoplights, which is much needed for one of Peoria's most busy intersections. But most students are asking the question, why start in the middle of Bradley University's spring semester instead of waiting till summer?
Yeah, it would have been nice, for the students at least get, take care of it when there's not such a large population around here. Because just when you have students here, just the whole area becomes way more alive than it is during the summer.
With Midstate Magazine, I'm Ian Spitznagel.
Thank you, Ian. On a better note, reporter Matt Blitzstein takes us to Bradley.
Matt has an interesting surprise for us next week in the realm of printmaking.
The talented printmaker Oscar Gillespie has been a professor at Bradley University for 28 years.
Printmaking is 4 different processes, basic processes: silkscreen, etching, intaglio, woodcut, which is relief, and lithography.
He says he got into printmaking by accident. A visiting professor then introduced him to printmaking.
I was kind of curious, and I looked in on them, and he kind of pulled me in and used me as an example.
Given that Oscar is the oldest of 11, he has been teaching his whole life.
So when I got into college, I noticed that the other students would ask me things, and I was kind of good at giving them some instructions, so I decided to continue.
The quality of students is what has kept him here so long.
I'm right there, shoulder to shoulder, working with them, and it kind of takes care of itself if you're active at it.
Explaining his techniques to students can sometimes be a challenge.
Since I've been doing it for such a long time, it can look easy as I'm doing it, but as they apply it, they struggle a little bit. So I do try to help them break through that struggle.
Artists such as Oscar depend on clientele for support.
For an artist, the exposure keeps your work alive.
For Midstate Magazine, I'm Matthew Blitzstein.
Thank you, Matt.
Now let's go to Matt Villanueva filling in for Spencer with sports.
Thank you, Melody. One of the top offensive lineman prospects in the upcoming NFL draft is facing assault charges. Former Michigan standout Taylor Lewan, who was the Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year in back-to-back seasons, faces 1 count of aggravated assault and 2 counts of assault and battery stemming from an incident that happened last December. If found guilty, Lewan faces either more than a month in jail or a fine of up to $500. The Detroit Tigers are stocking up on options after learning of the untimely fate of shortstop Jose Iglesias. Iglesias, who suffers from stress fractures in both shins, is expected to be out 4 to 6 months. The Tigers' first traded left-handed pitcher Jose Alvarez in exchange for Los Angeles Angels shortstop Andrew Romney. Last Monday, the team traded utility man Steve Lombardozzi for veteran shortstop Alex Gonzalez, who had signed a minor league contract with the Baltimore Orioles this offseason. The Chicago White Sox have locked up one of the cornerstones to their pitching rotation. Jose Quintana signed a 5-year deal last week that could be worth as much as $27 million, depending on if he is eligible for arbitration following this season. If he is, the deal would be worth $27 million guaranteed. If he is not eligible, the money would decrease to $21 million. Quintana was 9-5 last season with an ERA around 3.5, fifth best among AL left-handers. That's all for sports. Let's send it back to Melody with the news.
Thank you, Matt. Members of the Delta Sigma Phi fraternity at Eureka College held a teeter-totter marathon on Sunday to raise money for Washington Tornado Relief and the American Red Cross. The fraternity has hosted the fundraiser for over 20 years and picks a new charity to donate to each year. The 24-hour marathon took place from Saturday at 4 p.m. to Sunday at 4 p.m. in the town square at the intersection of Route 24 and Main Street in downtown Washington.
It's definitely something I could see myself getting in on, and for a great cause.
Oh, definitely.
Well, that wraps up Midstate for this week. I'm Matt Villanueva, filling in for Spencer Shelton.
I'm Brent Travalis.
And I'm Melody Mercado, filling in for Danielle Hamsky. Have a great night and join us next week.